Hello, people. It's been a while. It definitely has been a while. But for today, we are live. We are live. We're going to talk about everything we haven't talked about. Well, in the span of last, what it feels like, well, I'm not going to lie, a year, to say the least. But no. It's going to be like that. We're going to talk about today's game. We're going to talk about injuries. We're going to talk about transfer window, which is non-existent for Arsenal. With Arsenal, every day of transfer window is just another day, and some bits and bobs here or there. So it's gonna be an interesting one. I'm not gonna lie. I miss streaming. I've missed streaming, and give me a sec. Yeah, I've missed streaming. I wanted to stream, but obviously, due to certain circumstances, it's very hard to do so. Let's just put it that way, because there are lots of things I have to do. The circumstances are changing, a new job, new opportunities. Everything is going all over the place. Let's just put it that way. But today, we are live. We are talking Leeds. We are talking about this performance, about unfortunate injury to Bukayo Saka. We are talking about Arsenal in general. So let me know what you think about the game. Let me know what you think about everything that surrounded Arsenal today. Smash the like if you haven't already. Subscribe if you are new around here. And of course, leave your thoughts down in the live chat so we can tackle them, we can discuss them, and have open discussion, people. Big up, Ty. Hope you're doing well. Hope you are doing well today. Hope everything's fine with you. Hope you enjoy the Arsenal's 4-0 smashing of Leeds. Very, very nice performance. Very nice people. Some people are still displeased, and mostly, I mean, rivals, of course. Rivals are displeased and everything because, well, Arsenal won, and they won quite convincingly, arguably saying. We'll see. Give me a sec. But yeah, it's gonna be very, very, very interesting. Yeah, people, make sure to like. You know that. Big up, Chris. Hope you're doing well today. Hope you enjoyed the Arsenal's win. And yeah, 4-0 came out of nowhere because I was very cautious in my preview. I was very cautious in my predictions for the game, and I said it will be 2-1 Arsenal because we had not been the most convincing team. And obviously, before the game, it basically rose the question, which Mikel Arteta had talked about quite explicitly in the interview after the Man United game, and everything, that they want to be more direct. They will be more direct. They will attack. They will do this. They will do that. And today, we actually saw that. Us being more direct. Obviously, the game felt a bit stale still, but let's be real. Starting something different when you are so used to doing it one way and then you have to adjust and do it another way, it definitely it's something most likely our players are not so much accustomed to, but at the end of the day, it worked 4-0. And own goal scores again. Owen Goles is back at it again with 5 own goals this season. Gyökeres also scored, which is fantastic. I love that Gyökeres scored the goal. Just a shame he missed that one-on-one, and basically that one-on-one kind of worries me. That chance he had one-on-one where defender caught up to him, defender blocked the shot and everything, because this is not a Portuguese league. You will not have like 6-7 days basically to take a shot, to adjust your aim, to open up the body, and to figure out where to shoot. In Premier League, everything happens like that in a millisecond, in a flash, basically. And you have to make split decisions just based on your instincts. And there is no argument that Gyökeres has those instincts. He does have them to basically make those decisions. It's just the fact that with Arsenal, he's been playing a completely different way compared to Sporting Lisbon, in my opinion. And at the end of the day, it kind of has come to a point where maybe he is a bit rusty in that regard, very, very rusty, because that and doing that, and in the end, to basically to miss that one-on-one really, really left a bit of a sour taste in my mouth after the game, because it definitely could have been 5-6-0 easily. And I just wish we could have done it, genuinely, because for me, if you score goals, you just go for it at the end of the day. Because when we scored the first goal, it felt like we sat back a tiny bit. When we did second thing, we sat back a tiny bit again. And it was worrying. I'm not gonna lie, it was a bit worrying, but at the end of the day, it worked out. This definitely felt one of those games where the handbrake was off, so to speak. And the more we get that, the more chances we have. And obviously, there's also a post on social media about Gabriel Jesus that he still, to this day, in Premier League, it's about 64 or 68 or something like that games, he has not lost the games where he has scored in, which is quite insane to think about. But hey, that is the truth, and it's actually kind of wild. Would love for him to score in every cup competition for Arsenal every single game. So maybe that means we won't lose any games and we will going to win it all at the end of the day, right? And as I'm talking here, Chelsea have equalized against West Ham. It's 2-2. West Ham were 2-0 up at halftime, and it's 2-2 right now. Chelsea have just scored. João Pedro, I think, scored the first goal. Yeah, and Marco Correa has scored the second goal. But yeah, regarding Arsenal, the starting 11 was a bit confusing. The starting 11 was a bit weird because Odegaard didn't start, and that is something I really wanted to be honest, because Odegaard has not been the same. He has not been it. Let's just put it that way. And I actually enjoyed the fact that he didn't start. Ironically enough, in preview show as well, I talked about the fact that he should not be starting because he has not been the same. He's been absolutely, well, I don't want to say diabolical, but he definitely was not it. And also when he came on against the Kairat Almaty, right? He absolutely killed the momentum, killed the attack. So give me a sec, I need to answer. He will have great momentum and everything. So we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, if you don't believe me about this Gabriel Jesus stuff, right? It's right in front of your eyes. It's right here. Here we go. Gabriel, I need to zoom in quite heavily, to be honest. Let's zoom in. What? Too much? Here we go. Gabriel Jesus has still never lost a Premier League game in which he has scored, only wins and draws. His record-breaking run extends to 64 games, which is quite insane, even if you think about it. Imagine that type of a record. You score in a game, you don't lose, which sounds very weird because if you score a goal, there's a bigger chance than not that you're going to win, right? But with Jesus, it's something unique, like 64 games. 60 goddamn 4, that's almost 2 seasons in a row, which is quite insane. It's quite weird, but hey, the more he scores for us, the more power to us, I guess. Obviously, footballing gods work in mysterious ways, so I don't want to jinx it or anything, but again, as I said, if he can score for us in every cup game, and that leads us to winning it all, I'm not going to complain, am I? I'm definitely not going to complain, am I? So we'll see. We definitely are going to see. Big up, Godfrey. Hope you're doing well. It's been a while. Once in a long time stream. Let's just put it that way. It's gonna be back to videos starting tomorrow, most likely. But overall, I want to stream on occasion because overall I miss streaming. I'm not gonna lie, I quite a bit miss streaming. So we'll see how that's gonna go over time. Maybe I can manage to figure out some time where I can stream a bit more. Let's just put it that way. But yeah, Havertz started, and again in Premier League, it's very weird because obviously Premier League compared to Champions League, it's a completely different type of football. You can absolutely see it because the runs, the plays, everything, how it feels surrounding Arsenal and how we portray ourselves on the pitch, it feels like night and day at times in special movements and plays, right? But today something clicked in a way that we actually saw what we wanted to see for the longest time. Because Arteta said they wanted more direct play. He wanted more attacking football and everything. They're going to start playing that. In my preview I posted this morning, I talked about the fact that Arteta has said it. Now it's time to walk the walk, obviously, because actions speak louder than words. And it actually happened. As Godfrey is also saying. It was a good win, a very good statement win after not winning 3 games in a row in Premier League. Winning right now, it was quite necessary. Let's just put it that way. Give me a sec. My camera went out of focus. Let me just try and fix it. Yeah. And now winning 4-0 with a statement win, it's actually quite fantastic given how we destroyed Leeds at home and now we have destroyed them away. And looking at how Leeds have played at home in general, where in Leeds have played 11 games this season at home, and they have lost only 2 of those. They have drawn against Liverpool. They have beaten Chelsea. They have been very, very solid at home. Even away, they barely lost to Man City, barely lost to Villa with 2-1s and everything. They're definitely going to be a force to reckon with in that regard. And for Arsenal to come out there and play such an emphatic way that we absolutely dominated them, where Leeds absolutely pretty much did nothing against us, so to speak, where they had 1 shot on target, 3 shots overall, and Arsenal absolutely dominated with 14 shots and 8 on target. That was something beautiful to watch. That was something Arsenal fans were quite starved for the longest time. And I think it was deserved. For me, the biggest question mark is right now whether it's going to just only be a one-off or we going to continue to play that type of way. Obviously, in cup competitions, I understand, especially in FA Cup, Carabao Cup, it's going to be different because different circumstances. But in Premier League, I would love to see more attacking football because our defense is very, very good. You could argue that due to how we were playing football before compared to today, the defense was one of the main reasons why we are where we are right now. And many people are saying, and even I have this thought, that if Arsenal played somewhat similar how they played in 22-23 season, with the defense we have right now, we should be winning the league easily to some degree because the level of the Premier League right now has dropped. It's not the same. Man City are not the same. Liverpool, nowhere near they are the same. And Aston Villa are there, right? But I think they're going to fall off around April, like Liverpool did before they won the league last year, right? And Man City, whether they're going to keep up with us, that only time only will tell with that. But overall, yeah, with our better defense and more experienced attack and everything, we should be able to play attacking football. We should be able to be more direct. And I think one of the biggest reasons why we were so direct was Noni Madueke. Ironically enough, Saka got injured before the game started. In the warm-up, he has a hip injury, apparently, and how long he's going to be out for, that obviously is determined to be seen in the future. The reports, we have to wait till tomorrow or day after tomorrow, till the scans are there, until it's fully announced, right? But at the same time, Madueke playing on that right wing was very good. He was very good. The issue with Madueke is he can do the first part of the job phenomenally well. He's like a demon in 1v1, 2v1 situations. All the instances where Saka passes the ball backwards most of the time, Madueke basically, he does not give a damn at the end of the day. He just takes on the opponents and he blitzes past them most of the time. The issue with Madueke is the final touch. And by that, I mean either the shot, obviously, or the cross he provides after he has done the tough bit, so to speak, taking on and getting past opponents, well or not. Because he tends to miss kick shots, misplaced passes. He tends to do all that in a very rash motion. If he can get it under the belt on more consistent basis and he can become more consistent and good in that, I think we could have a very, very good player in our hands for rotation and even to somewhat starter in quite a few games going forward. Obviously, time only will tell. Time only will help us determine that. But at the end of the day, Madueke was very good. For me, Madueke, you could argue, was all pretty much a man of the match type of deal today. And Martinelli came on. He played there. Martinelli with a brilliant cross to Gyökeres to score the goal as well. And I think Martinelli, again, he did good on the right wing. He did very, very good. And this has been one of my biggest issues to some degree with Mikel Arteta in terms of wingers is the fact that he has a left-footed winger on the right and right-footed winger on the left. So basically, they can cut in, pass backwards, and all this stuff, right? At the same time, we never switch our wings pretty much. We don't put Saka on the left, Trossard on the right, and vice versa, and all this stuff, right? And sometimes playing the player with his strong foot on that side of the wing is actually more threatening for the opponent because it provides Arsenal with better potential in the attack. And also it gives our players more confidence on those wings per se. Because if you look at the thing, Martinelli on the right, everyone knows he can drive by the line and cross with his right outside foot. Everyone knows he has somewhat decent left foot as well. So he has the ability to cut in, but his strong foot is the right. So people naturally, 9 times out of 10, are going to expect a cross with his strong foot. So if he cuts back, it's like a surprise sometimes. With Saka, since he's left-footed on that right side, everyone pretty much expects him to cut back 9 times out of 10, not actually to cross the ball. even though he's very good with both feet, ironically enough. So I think that really played a very big role in those terms. Havertz was non-existent today, but I was glad Odegaard. Yeah, I was very glad Odegaard didn't play. For me, the question is, what's happening with Eze? Because he plays so sporadically at Arsenal. Mikel Arteta doesn't utilize him as much that it feels like, and it most likely it's gonna happen that with this situation where he doesn't get utilized, it's gonna cost him his place in the England World Cup squad. It's gonna cost him big time. And I would not be surprised if next summer, if Mikel Arteta stays, and Havertz stays, Odegaard stays, they all stay, right? With Van Yeri coming back, Max Daumann bursting onto the scene. Eze feels like he's the black sheep of the family. He's the odd man out and he requests a transfer. I would not be surprised because the treatment of Eze, it's not great. At the same time, looking at what Mikel Arteta demands from the players and looking at how Eze portrays that on the pitch, it's not working in Eze's favors whatsoever. It definitely is not working in Eze's favors whatsoever, and it's working more against Eze than for him. Let's just put it that way. That's at least how I feel about it. Maybe Odegaard off the bench could work. He was more positive going forward. Eze needs a run of games now. Yeah, Eze definitely needs a run of games now, and I think that the fact I genuinely believe that maybe having that two type of striker situation going on with Havertz starting in the 10, Gyökeres starting up top, especially if once Calafiori comes back and starts on that left back position regularly again after basically recovering, right? I think it's going to be more helpful to Arsenal. With Odegaard, I think we are edging slowly towards this situation where he could be done. I know it sounds very rash to say, but he hasn't been great for the last year, almost 2 years. And he's slowly but steadily becoming a talking point, not just for Arteta Aures and all these people, but also for top Gunners, Arsenal fans in general, and even for pundits and the media at this stage. So there's definitely something to it. And it's not going to be great, especially. And we all know how Mikel Arteta tends to operate, because as soon as he starts calling you out in interviews and everything, 99% time, your time is done at Arsenal. And that's how it happened with quite a few players. It happened with Emil Smith-Rowe. It happened like that with Nicolas Pepe, with Aubameyang, Lacazette. So I would not be surprised if in summer we could be seeing something of the same with Martin Odegaard as well. And speaking of that, because this is something I really don't know how much we can read into this. Genuinely, I don't know how much we can read into this in this Odegaard situation going on. But here it is. And I know people have seen it, but here it is. There's growing tension between Martin Odegaard and Mikel Arteta at Arsenal. Odegaard is reportedly considering a potential exit from Arsenal with concrete interest from Bayern Munich and Inter Milan. Bayern Munich sees him as a key part of their midfield rebuild, while Inter believes he would be an ideal creator to boost their attack. A sensational move could be worth around £80 million. Now, if you get £80 million for Odegaard, oh my goodness gracious. And this is the big thing. This comes from European transfer scoops. I don't know how trustworthy they are, how good they are, and everything, because everyone's basically these days an ITK. I'm not going to lie. But it more feels like a yellow page BS story more than anything. However, looking at his performances and how he has been playing and how it's been looking, I would not be surprised if there's something to it. Because he's the captain, he should be held to a higher standard in general. And obviously, you can see that he doesn't feel like he is the captain material at Arsenal by any means whatsoever. Madueke crosses were perfect today, and his dribbling was good, and then run it out of play for goal kicks. Yeah, his crosses were perfect about 7-8 times out of all of them he did. Like, they were good, especially for some of the stuff. Yeah, Martinelli on the right was refreshing, very refreshing, and he looked actually very decent there as well. And it's unique how a right-footed player on the right side actually does good. You don't have to be on the left all the time. Big up, Ryan. Big up, Ryan. Big up. Sorry I couldn't be live last week. I know you wanted me to be live after this United game. I'm very sorry about that. But hey, It is what it is. Eze getting 10 to 15 minutes of the bench is not helping him. I think people are too harsh on Eze because it's not like he's starting games. Yeah, he's definitely not starting games. It's not looking great. But with Mikel Arteta, how he wants his players to play, it's for them to give 110% on the pitch, to press, to run forwards, backwards, all over the place, like busy bees, basically. And the thing about this is when you watch Eze sometimes, he is not doing that. He's just strolling across the pitch. He's walking. He feels like he's not even breaking a sweat sometimes. He's like checked out. And that for maybe his confidence has been shot to bits by Mikel. Who knows? Or he basically has lost his mojo, for lack of a better word. But yeah, definitely, this is not looking good on Eze's part. Definitely. Odegaard is not going anywhere as long as Arteta is still here. I don't really believe. Yeah, I don't believe those reports as well. I don't see it happening. But if it was true, oh, please help us. Oh, yes, please, come on. Because as long as Mikel is here, I don't see Odegaard, I don't see Havertz, and maybe some other players going anywhere. But if Mikel goes, if he doesn't win anything this season and it's time to part ways, there could be a bit of a clear out of some of the big players at the club for the new manager to get some money and everything. Gyökeres is doing a lot better. He is. And this has been a trend in the last 2-3 games, arguably, I would say, that Arsenal actually are looking for Gyökeres much, much more, which ironically coincides with the fact that, well, Odegaard is not starting in the 10, ironically enough. Against Kairat, I know it's Kairat, I know it's the great Carrot Almighty and all this stuff, and you know the deal. And today against Leeds as well, Gyökeres actually got some decent, very good chances. And that came mostly not because Odegaard didn't play. Most of the chances he got was from Martinelli, from Trossard, and from Havertz. From Odegaard, he did not get these instances. He did not get these chances. He did not get these opportunities. So there might be something to it. There might be something to it. Maybe also even Havertz playing as a secondary striker or that center forward false nine type of role. Maybe it is also helping him in that regard, that he has a bit of a backup where he can basically bounce off each other when they play. Maybe that also is helping them. But Gyökeres definitely looked much better. I'm kind of pissed off that he missed that one-on-one. He allowed the defender to recover. He didn't put his body in the way to try to shield the ball and everything. He didn't even get a shot on target. But maybe with time, he's going to get the experience again because he's 27. You cannot teach an old dog new tricks. Let's be real. He needs to realize that in Premier League, you don't have 5 seconds to basically make a decision like you maybe have in Portuguese league, in Liga NOS. You need to make split decisions in milliseconds and just do it. And the more he's going to get those chances, the more he's going to get back to it. Maybe the way Gyökeres was utilized before at Arsenal, right? Up until the last few games. Maybe it has kind of rusty in his ways. Maybe he has forgotten it. Big up AFC always. Big up. What a signing Owen Goles has become. Yeah, he has 5 own goals this season. 5 goals. Gyökeres has 6. If Gyökeres doesn't score, Owen Goles would have been top high scorer for Arsenal. Right now, it's Gyökeres, Owen Goles, and Trossard, if I'm not mistaken, top goal scorers for Arsenal. This manager will die on that Odegaard. He'll bring him on over Eze. Yeah, it's not looking great. It's definitely not looking great. And I want to see Eze in the 10, not on the left wing as well. That is another thing we need to talk about. What was interesting was when Odegaard came on, Gabriel didn't keep the armband. That's the nuts part. Gabriel had the armband until the ball went out of the play, until that moment. I was on Curtis's stream. I was watching the game. I heard the captaincy talk going on. I was looking at the game. As soon as the ball went out of the play, once Odegaard had came on, right? You could see Gabriel taking off the armband and handing it to Odegaard, and then camera turning to Odegaard and him having the armband on. So at the end of the day, Gabriel gave the armband to Odegaard. But for the first few minutes, he didn't have it. He didn't have a chance, basically, to give it to him. Someone said to me at the pub that Odegaard is good for us because he presses, but... But what does that do? Oh, he presses well. Like, that's about it. That's about it, and that's the nuts part. He presses well. But he is the same most 95% of the time in games. In every single game, he goes missing against the big teams, and against the smaller teams, if he usually balls out when we are in comfortable leads, when we are 2-0 up, 3-0 up, when there is less pressure. When it's 0-0, 1-0, we are 1-0 down, he goes instantly missing. Either the occasion is getting to him or something is not there. I don't know, but that pressing thing needs to go as well. That pressing thing needs to go big time, in my opinion. Do you believe we will win the league if you are a betting man? At the moment, for me, it's hard to say. I still don't believe so. In terms of, I cannot say with certainty that we're gonna win the league or anything, to the matter of fact. I need to see what's gonna happen. As long as we take it one game at a time, put ourselves in the best possible scenario for every single game, in every single situation to win it, we always gonna be there, right? Arsenal have been one of the favorites to win Premier League, somehow Champions League, and every cup for the last 3-4 years. At the end of the day, and at some point it has to happen. Whether it's gonna be this season, it feels like it's gonna happen this season more than any season before, to a certain degree. At the same time, we have seen Arsenal blow 8-point lead. We have seen Arsenal not catching up 2 points. And in the moments where for Arsenal, it has been type do or die type of situation, we have dropped the ball. And I need to see Arsenal to maintaining the level and the performances to a degree for a longer and extended period of time. If we keep this attacking football for the next month or so, if not more, and we basically increase the gap over City and Villa, and basically by the time we have to play City, April 18th, right? And we are about 10 points clear, I will say with certainty we're going to win the league. Right now, for me, it's too easy to tell because we are, as much as we have been very consistent as a team, we have been also very inconsistent in terms of our performances. And unfortunately for us, we tend to draw points in the least opportunistic times when everyone has had it. Because when we drop points, other teams capitalize. When other teams drop points, we don't capitalize. And that is a big issue for me at the moment to say with certainty that we're going to win the league. If I had a tenner, basically, right now, to go and bet that if Arsenal are going to win the league, I wouldn't do it. I would use that tenner basically to bet on certain games just to make it a more at the end of the day that could win with some certainty. And Chelsea, 90 plus 3 minutes, they beat West Ham 3-2. Enzo Fernandez has just scored a goal for Chelsea. 3-2, 93rd minute is underway. And it looks like West Ham, from being 2-0 up at halftime, are going to lose the game 3-2, unfortunately. Gyökeres could have taken the shot earlier as well, as his ball striking is very good, but he is starting to get going. And you can see the team is also playing to him more. And as I said, ironically coincides with the fact that Odegaard is not playing, which obviously looks like could be the problem. Let's just put it that way. Odegaard much better play forward and quicker. If he did that, would be nice. When Odegaard and Saka don't play, we play quicker. Yeah, when Odegaard and Saka are out, it's actually quite interesting that when these players don't play for us, specifically Odegaard and Saka, and we had that last year as well, I think it was, we played better football. And we didn't have Odegaard, we didn't have Saka today, and we played a very good football. And let's not forget, we actually were playing somewhat decent football. We were in a very good form up until Odegaard came back from the injury and we put him back. Well, we forced him back into the team. Arteta forced him back into the team, right? So there is something to it. Should we look too much into it? Yes and no, because we cannot also deny the fact that Saka has not been great for the last year or so, with few blips here or there, with some good performances. Same for Odegaard. He has not been great for over last year and a half or so, with odd game here or there. So overall, in the grand scheme of things, definitely, sometimes playing without your best players, so to speak, it actually helps the team to be better. Because for me, this is also going to sound very weird, but I think once Cristiano Ronaldo retires from international football, right? from the international football, I think Portugal national team are gonna do better. That's a controversial take. Now, big up Kipto. I'm gonna get to in a second. Who is the Arsenal guy signing for Riga FC? It is, and you will not believe this, Mohamed Saladin. Saladin Mohamed. He officially has signed for Riga FC. I actually might go watch the games now. Ironically enough, we have signed an ex-Arsenal guy, Salah Mkhand. Ironically enough. What a prospect he used to be in our academy, and now he's going to play in Latvia. And he's playing for the champions of my country as well, so definitely should be good. They have very good chances in Europa League and everything, so it's going to be very interesting. It's going to be very, very interesting to see how Riga FC do with him. Yeah, Kachuri as well. I think it is a Kachuri, right? Maldini Kachuri, yeah, he signed for Grimsby. He signed for Grimsby for undisclosed fee. Big up Kipto, once again. But yeah, ex-Arsenal guy playing for one of my teams. Come on. Since 2021, I said Arsenal need a need manager, new captain, not a whim. Today, Kai Havertz was a liability as they again lacks minutes. The levels of performance is not good enough. Okay, 3 points, 3 points. You can only beat what's in front of you. Let's just put it that way. I don't think Arsenal need to play Rice and Zubimendi. Yeah, that for me is the big thing. Rice and Zubimendi don't have to play every single game together. The thing is, though, we don't have proper replacements for them. Look at this. Saka got injured, and the only reason why Norgard was on the bench was because Saka got injured. Because when the starting 11 and the bench got announced, Merino was announced that he's injured. Merino has a foot problem. He has pain in his foot. How long he's going to be out for, who knows. Skelly was not in the team. And Norgard also was not in the team, in the squad, in the 18th players registered. So at the end of the day, it's interesting, right? But at the end, also, I would love to see, for example, Rice in a lone 6 and then somebody playing 8. I would love to see that in the midfield. Yeah, it should be time to get Skelly in the midfield. For me, the worry is as long as Mikel is here, we're not going to see that. Get Martinelli back in the 11, but I'm fed up with our... Yeah, with Arteta, biggest issue in terms of injuries and everything with the squad is the fact that as soon as one of his guys gets injured, starting 11 guys more specifically, many times he has this feeling that he needs to change everything. Not just, for example, Calafiori gets injured, he needs to get Hincapié in or something like that. He has sometimes this feeling to put somebody else in this position, then he adjusts this position and then he puts him in the third position and completely disrupts the rhythm. Who's the Arsenal? Yeah, we just talked about that. Let's see what City do against Spurs and Liverpool away. City Villa in the is in the last fixture, by the way. Yeah, City Villa is the last game. Is the game week 38? Is the game week 38 of the Premier League? It's gonna be very interesting to see what's gonna happen there. How much City is gonna have on the line, how much Aston Villa are gonna have on the line in that game, and obviously how that is gonna impact Arsenal. Because these three teams, especially if Villa manage to hold on till the end of the season, and they're gonna be within a shot of top 4 properly, or even finishing second, they're gonna go for it. For City, second, third, they will not give a damn, in my opinion. I think that last game will quite a bit riding on, given the circumstances, whether someone is gonna qualify for Champions League or not, or they're in some weird way they still will have hopes for a title. If they are still in a title race, let's just say there are 2-point gap and Arsenal are playing away. I think our last game is away against wait, let me check. Our last game in the Premier League, I think it was Everton, but it's Crystal Palace away, right? Crystal Palace away, May 24th, right? If there's something still riding on those games, it's gonna be rough. Big up KK, big up. Well, yeah, how much do people make in the National League? In what? In which league? National League. I don't know what does that mean. I know England has about 55 national leagues. Latvian Lewis Skelly in the midfield is a force to reckon. I believe by now we should have had Lewis Skelly, Ethan Rice. Lewis Skelly. Yeah, definitely. Miles Lewis Skelly, when he was coming up in the academy, by default, he was an 8/6. By default, he was a midfielder. He started playing left back only because Mikel Arteta wanted him to play left back. with the inverted stuff from the left, inverting into the midfield like Zinchenko used to do and all this stuff. That's the sole reason. And since then, he has not seen midfield since. Because as much as people want to scream at me, they want to tell me that playing in the midfield, right? Playing in the midfield, starting in the number 8 is the same as starting as a left back and inverting in the 8. You might as well go nuts. Let's just put it that way. Another point is Arsenal was very disrespected by Arteta. We need to sell Odegaard, Kai Havertz, Jesus, sign. I would love for Arsenal to sign Alvarez. I would absolutely love for Arsenal to sign Alvarez. I would absolutely love it. I think he would bring the best of both worlds. He has the touch, he has the skill, and he has the finishing. He's like the best of both, of Gyökeres and let's just say Havertz or Eze and stuff like that. Big up, Marlon. Big up. I'm back for today, not all the time. By the way, Marlon, look at this. Wait, wrong one. You can tell I haven't streamed a while. Look at this. Look who's joining my highest, best team in my country. I'm gonna bang this drum until it goes dry and breaks in half. I'm not gonna lie. An ex-Arsenal player is gonna play for Riga FC. Come on. Gonna have to go watch some games as well. Who is our smartest player or the one with the most footballing IQ? Well, I would have said Jorginho last year. This year, in this team. Oh, bloody hell. Ironically enough, and people will disagree me on this, I will say Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz, in my opinion. It's Zubimendi or Kai Havertz, one or the two. For me, it's Kai Havertz or Zubimendi. Yeah, see, Ryan says Zubimendi. Imagine the jersey sales from Lewis, Kelly, Ethan in terms of business. Them two would bring more money. I wonder how hard. I don't know. Skelly, at least, he has gone on loan to Marseille. He scored in his first game. He started today as well for Marseille against Paris FC. They drew 2-2. They were 2-0 up. Greenwood scored and Aubameyang scored. When Yeri got subbed off, he didn't do much in that game. Let's just put it that way. Bro had to leave to kick the ball at a football field, basically. But hey, I'm not complaining. I would give it to Gabriel Magalhaes. I remember against United, it was leading. Yeah. Yeah, playing him offside, that samba dance. He did that samba step and everything, and he was offside. Gabriel is very good. Gabriel, as long as he was the captain, he had a very, 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 very good performance. Fantastic performance. Let's just put it that way. Very fantastic performance. Gabriel was very good today, without shadow of a doubt. Yes, I know it's only Leeds, but you can only beat what's in front of you. I will not care in those terms. As long as we win, we should be fine. And no matter how you look at this as well, to a certain degree, winning fixes everything. Because as long as we win, we're happy. As long as we win, we are top of the table. And as long as we win, we are one step closer to the title. Simple as, at the end of the day. Simple as. Let's just put it that way. There are some other good news about Arsenal, and this is going to be very interesting how this is going to play into Arsenal's hands. Because Arsenal at the moment will have only 3 more times they will have to leave London. Just 3 more times for the Premier League duties this season. Seriously. It's actually kind of nuts. There are 14 games to go. 14 games to go in Premier League, and only 3 times Arsenal will have to leave London to play. The rest of them are at home. Either we play at Emirates or in London at the end of the day. So no big travels, no nothing besides FA Cup, maybe. And, of course, Champions League. No big travels. We have to play Brighton in 2 months. We have to play Wolves in 2.5 months. And we have to play Man City in 3.5 months. Well, almost 3 months. Those are the only away trips we are doing away from London. The rest of the games are in London, which is a very good thing for Arsenal, I think. Less travels, less exhaustion, less stress, less panic, and all this stuff. I absolutely love it. I think this could definitely help Arsenal in recovery, in their energy regenerations and everything. And I think players won't be overexhausted from the traveling, from changes and everything. I think definitely it could play it could play into Arsenal's arms very, very good. There are lesser excuses, let's just put it that way, for Arsenal. If something goes, let's just say it sets up, for lack of a better word, right? So definitely this could be something very, very, very good. Very, 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 very good. Let's just put it that way. Let's just wait and see with Andrea Berta. We will get trophies, and even Luis Enrique or Una Emery, something else. Yeah, that's the thing. We'll see. 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 Yeah, Una Emery is linked with. He is, to be honest. This, I don't know why, when, how, and what, but hey, just saying. This was 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, Graham Bailey tweeted this. 2 weeks ago, 17th of January. Real Madrid are considering Mikel Arteta as one of 4 leading candidates for the managerial role, with the club planning to appoint a new permanent head coach before next season. And the crowd goes wild. And not gonna lie, I've spoken to quite a few Real Madrid fans, and none of them want Mikel Arteta, ironically enough. I'm not too sure why these things are even happening on social media, but hey, here we are at the end of the day. Here we are. I would love to have a Luis Enrique at Arsenal. I would love. I talked to my who like football. Dude, this week, a small side note, this week, well, 2 colleagues I work with side by side, right? I find out they follow Premier League quite extensively because I was coming back from handing in some documents, basically, and they were talking about football, right? About transfers, because it's January transfer window and all this stuff, right? And I just talked to them, I joined the conversation, we talked about this, we talked, and turns out, and I kid you not, both of them, not one, but both of them, are Liverpool fans. And I'm getting, sometimes I'm gonna get trolling of my lifetime if we don't win the league. I tell you that much now. Obviously, they have their own problems to deal with with Liverpool, but I'm gonna get absolutely annihilated if we don't win the league. Absolutely. I also said that we are not going to win we could not win the league because we can still ball it. And they said that if you ball the league, you're so done, you're so screwed, and you are the dumbest thing in the world. And Arteta should be sacked. But overall, they still believe Arsenal are going to win the league. Ironic. Imagine 2 Liverpool fans still think Arsenal are going to win the league. By the way, they put an asterisk by that, by saying that the weakest point of this team, and I kid you not, they said this, is the manager. And that's not me, Arsenal fans, saying this. Those were Liverpool fans saying this. Arsenal's weakest point is the manager. Real Madrid can have Emery, can have Arteta if they want, exactly. Take him so we can play. We'll see. We play better football today. Maybe the handbrake is off fully. Maybe. That's cap. Ain't no way Real Madrid get a guy who never ever even played for Spain, a manager who never won a trophy. Exactly. Arteta can't get it. That's the thing. It will be interesting to see where Mikel Arteta goes, because eventually he will have to leave Arsenal at some point, right? Because everything comes to an end. There are new beginnings and all this stuff. It's going to be interesting to see where he's going to go, who is going to take him, and how he's going to do there. Because to some degree, there are no arguments that he actually is a good coach. Not manager, coach. So we'll see how that's going to go. I'm blocking everyone in my group chat if we lose the league or lose to Barca in the champs. My friend is a Barca fan. Dude, the Champions League draw. We could get Barcelona in what? Round of 16? We could get Barcelona in round of 16 or quarterfinals, something like that. In quarterfinals, I think. We could get Barcelona in one of those. Very early, we could get Barcelona, if I'm not mistaken. Very, very early. Wait, let me check this. Let me find this. Where is UCL? I did a video on this. Let me check. Here we go. Barcelona. We can get them. Oh, it's semifinals. Sorry, we can get semifinals. I think we can get Barcelona in semifinals. No, yeah, semifinals. No matter how you look at it, but it looks like we can get them in semifinals. I think the draws are gonna be, but it could be semifinals or quarterfinals. In semis, we can get them if they get that far, right? I understand this correctly. It's semifinals. Semifinals, I guess it is. We ain't even make. We're gonna get to semifinal. At least semifinals in Champions League. We're gonna get this. I think so. It's from he is from the Basque region, definitely. Quarterfinals. Oh yeah, if this is true, basically, I think there will be another draw to basically decide on which side Arsenal are gonna be. But we can get City, we can get Inter, we can get Real Madrid, we can get all these things. And definitely that could be a very rough situation for Arsenal. Now, first things first, Real Madrid still need to beat Benfica over 2 legs. And looking at how that went for them last time, they just faced where Trubin scored a goal, right? They're definitely not going to be great for them. But overall, we can get Spurs. Spurs. Can you imagine we get Spurs in Champions League? Can you imagine the scenes? Spurs in Champions League. Holy crap. I would understand Liverpool, for example, or something like that. But if we get Spurs in Champions League at some point, holy moly, that would be the end of days. Can I say Unai is very disrespectful? I believe Aston Villa finish ahead of City if an Arteta doesn't let the players play football and stop hostage situation. Like Unai can win the league. For me, the biggest drawback about Aston Villa is, can they hold on that long? Because they have their own Europa League and everything to worry about. Can they hold out that long? Because something will have to give. They will have to sacrifice one for the other, because Villa, I don't think, have the squad depth to do all of it, right? But I expect Villa to be up there. For how long, I don't know. It could be quick. It could be till March. It could be till April. If they are there by the end of the season, that game against Man City they have in game week 38, the last game of the season, will carry so much weight, it's going to be nuts. Big up yous. Big up yous. Hope you're doing well today, brother. Great stream today as well. Great streams today. Big up to you. Always spinning facts, people. Go subscribe to Views if you haven't already, too. Hope you're doing well, unks. With any manager, this team's going straight to finals. More chance than not, let's be real, because this team, on paper, this team should be getting trophies. This team should be attacking and scoring goals with their eyes closed to a degree. And unfortunately, somehow, it's not resonating with Arsenal, actually, in real life. It's not on the pitch. But it should, and it is not. Will our City win the Prem, or maybe Man U surprise? No. United definitely are not doing that. Man United definitely are not doing that. Spurs are deadly in Champions League. Can you imagine the scenes? I'll swear, if Spurs scam a champs, I'll go crazy. Imagine them in the championship showing their Champions League medals to Wrexham. Dude, Wrexham, where are Wrexham in Championship? Wait. Where are Wrexham in Championship? Wrexham are 6th. They actually could be in the fight to get up. They could get to Premier League still. Yeah, but dude, like, no. Spurs, for me, the big question is what's going to happen with Spurs as well, because if Spurs lose to City tomorrow, it could go quite sour real quick for them as well. Great, I'm laughing at some jokers who think Carrick is the best coach in the league. He's definitely not the best coach in the league. Definitely not. Like, yes, he has beaten Man City and he has beaten Arsenal, but at the end of the day, if you don't win anything, it's just a feel-good factor to a certain degree. It shows that you maybe have some good ideas, but to basically extrapolate them and execute them over the course of 38-game week season, and then to apply those as well to other competitions, it's something different. It would be interesting that if United keep the same level, more or less, till the end of the season, and they keep Carrick for full time, right? And they keep from interim, he becomes the real coach, and he actually wants to recall and get back Rashford, it would be very interesting to see how that goes. It would be very interesting to see how that goes. And Spurs are not getting relegated, by the way, off topic. How long do you think until Spurs are relegated? Oh, quite a while. I definitely believe that they are not going to get relegated. They're not getting relegated. No chance in hell, I think. This team is scary. I don't, Gyökeres and Madueke, and the team needs Alvarez and Rodrigo signed. Justin Kluivert. No, I would not sign Justin Kluivert. First things first, Justin Kluivert would command an insane amount of money in the first place. I would expect about 50, 60 million because it's Bournemouth. Second of all, add about 10, 15 million on top and you can get your Yildizes and Rodrigos and all these players. No chance in hell. I would not sign Justin Kluivert. For the left wing spot, no chance. We need a player for the left wing who is more or less close to the top. As I said, Yildiz, maybe Leao, Rodrigo, someone like that. We need top of the top to some degree. Top of the top. Maybe then we will stop being so lopsided through the right. Because that left side in the attack is all sorts of messed up still to this day. After all this money spent, that left side is still a mystery to everyone. Let's just put it that way. Champions League final or game to escape relegation. If you had to start your 11 in one game, which game? Wait, Champions League final or game to escape relegation. If you had to start your 11 only in one game, which game? Wait, let me check. Give me a sec. I'm not gonna lie. I would start best 11 for the escape relegation. Because, ironically enough, finishing 17th in Premier League pays more than winning Champions League, if I'm not mistaken. Or there, same about. There's no point being in those terms. But it's weird. It's weird. We couldn't even score banter. So what? I'm seriously. Yes, I know we lost to United. Yes, I am pissed off still to a degree about this. But why? That doesn't mean Arteta is shit. That doesn't mean Carrick is the best manager since sliced bread. Like, it makes no sense. It's absolutely ass backwards in those terms. Like, it's definitely ass backwards. No, it is United. Yeah, it is. It is annoying. Obviously, it is annoying. It is very, very annoying. But we lost to United, and in those terms, and if I leave Premier League trophy at the end of the season, I will not give two flying Fs about United. I genuinely won't. This is the same level as we beat Madrid trophy at the end of the last year, and we won nothing at the end of the season. It's not the rivalry, but at the end of the day, it's a nice win to have. Like, I don't get it. It's way too annoying in those terms that people get so carried away about certain instances in this regard. Way too annoying. Because anyone can beat anyone on any given day. Plymouth beat last year Liverpool in FA Cup 1-0. Does that mean that Plymouth's manager is better than Slot? No, it's not. No, it doesn't. And everything. Like, come on, man. Exactly. That was their final. They won it. So what? Wait, what's the Premier League table saying? Give me a sec. They play tomorrow against Fulham, if I'm not mistaken. They are 15 points behind us. 15. They are not going to catch us. Best case scenario, they're going to get Europa League. Maybe Champions League, but I don't think Carrick will do that good of a job for the last 14 games or 15 games they have to secure the top 4. So I think the best case scenario, they're going to get Europa League, maybe Conference League. It means nothing to them. He's definitely not as well. That is the dumb thing to say as well. Because if he is the worst coach in football history, he won the FA Cup, right? How many managers can say that they have won the FA Cup? If you say in football history, that includes every single manager in the world. That includes managers from Congo, Samoa Islands, Fiji, Haiti, Vanuatu, Sri Lanka, and all these places. Like, come on, man. What's its face? Igor Stepanos, Latvian center back. He won Premier League with Arsenal in 2002, if I'm not mistaken. Does that mean he's the best center back of all time? He's one of the best center backs in history of Premier League, because not every center back has won Premier League. No, it doesn't. He's shit. For Premier League standards, he's shit. For national team and lower-ended clubs, he was great. Like, come on, man. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Arteta is not a shit coach, but just Arteta is he's a good coach, but he's lacking the managerial experience and the abilities, and they come into effect in the most crucial times of the season for every single team, and you just can see that he's lacking in that department. Sometimes a bit more, sometimes a bit less. That's the only thing. And if he doesn't figure that out, like, that will be his Achilles heel for a long time until he figures that out. Given that he's still young for the manager age, he will figure this out eventually. It's just the question is whether he's going to figure it out at Arsenal or not at the end of the day. I feel these Arsenal fans don't even understand Arsenal. Do you know about the Arsenal way Arteta made Odegaard Norwegian nation captain? In those terms, yeah. Well, Arteta didn't make it. Arteta says that the players overall voted as a unit, that most of the votes went for Odegaard, so Odegaard became the captain. At least that's what he said in the beginning of the season when Tony Adams was questioning the captaincy at Arsenal. And it's very interesting. Like, the same thing goes, to be honest, with Paul Scholes. Obviously, last week, the chests are out that they United beat us and everything. Paul Scholes came out and said that if you do the team the season right now, or even at the end of the season, to some degree, there will be not a single Arsenal forward in that team of the season, thus making Arsenal arguably the worst team to win Premier League. And to some degree, I get it. I understand it to a degree. At the same time, you don't have to score 50 goals to win the league. Arsenal are prime proof of that at the moment, because they're on top of the table, they're doing their job, and we don't have an out-and-out 50-goal striker. Let's just put it that way. Big up, Kwaja. Big up. Hope you're doing well. Welcome back. Well, it's a one-off to a degree. It's a one-off. I'm not going to be live every day. It's a one-off. I'm going to try and go live during weekends or when I have vacation from work at the end of the day. But overall, it's going to be videos. And I don't know, people, if you like the videos, if you watch them, because I don't get too many comments on the videos. Usually, I know it's not the same as a live chat where you can talk and you get instantly the answer back, but 99% of the comments I answer, and quite quickly as well. So I really hope you enjoy the videos. I hope you watch the videos, and if you have a chance, you also like the videos. I really hope so, people. I really, really do. People, smash the likes and subscribe if you haven't already. I don't say this pretty much at all during streams, but then why are you not top of the league? Who are not top of the league? Good news in the things have stalled with Odegaard contract talks with transfers likely. Damn good news. Good. There are talks. There were talks during the week that they came out the talks that Odegaard might be, there is some friction, but we'll see. I don't believe those. Feels like a yellow page story, but we'll see. Time only will tell. Genuinely, time only will tell in that regard. And big up BBK, big up BBK, big up Taron for the raid, big up BBK Sports. Hope you're doing well today, brother. Hope you enjoyed the game. 4-0 win. Jokerit scores, misses 1-on-1. Odegaard comes on and everything. But yeah, big up to you. Big up to you. Big up, big up, big up, big up. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for the raid and everything. Bless up, brother. Bless up, bless up, bless up, bless up. Big up, Mateo. Big up, big up, big up, big up to you as well. Big up. Odegaard out, Arteta out. Dude, we played good without Odegaard. I'm not gonna lie. We played good without Odegaard. Against Kairat, it was the same thing. We played without Odegaard. And you could see that sometimes without Odegaard, we actually looked very, very good. Let's just put it that way. And you don't need to have him all the time to do a very good job. And without, wait, give me a sec. With Odegaard, and we had better parents, we were more direct, we were more forward thinking, and it was actually quite nice. It genuinely was quite nice. Let's just put it that way. Give me a sec. But we'll see. 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 I'm just checking something very, 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 very quickly. Now, okay. Let's see. Let's see. Big up Hyper Protagonist. Hope you're doing well. Long time no see, brother. I heard there's 80,000 more women than there's men. Yeah, it is true. You come. I don't know if you want to come here right now because it's minus 22 outside, or 24. They are promising 26 tonight and minus 32 in some regions as well. Not sure you want to freeze your ass off here, so to be honest. Big up, Hendon, big up. No Odegaard, no star boy, no problem. True. I just hope Saka is well. Really, really hope Saka is good. Really hope Saka is good. And everything is fine with him. Let's just put it that way. Let's just put it that way. Really hope everything's fine with him and there are no worries. Let's just put it that way. There are no worries. Give me a sec. I'm trying to find something. Okay, I see. Yeah, hit the like button, people. Hit it. No good. It's so no good. So good. A bit warmer is gonna be. It is true. It is. It's a recent study that it is true. Ironically enough, but hey, not sure. I love living here, but I'm not so sure many people would like. It's a bit weird for some people. It's a good thing we have a top quality sporting director, yeah, and scouts as well. We signed the Napoli scout and everything, so we should be able to do some damage in summer. Like. This is a weird one because this January was transfer window, and it doesn't feel like January transfer window because regarding Arsenal, it's just another day. There is no transfer talks, no nothing. It feels very weird talking about Arsenal and no transfers in the transfer window. It's very, very weird. Just when Yeri went out on loan, we sold Maldini Kachuri to Grimsby and stuff like that. Besides that, nothing. Absolutely nothing. The worst of our fan base that helped learn. Yeah. Big up Bluebird, big up BBK once again. No more pain, no more Norwegian. The thing is, he will start. I expect him to start against Chelsea. There is a big possibility of that. It's okay to have 20. Depends. It solely depends. Depends on some some stuff. Let's just put it that way. The government won't be too happy. Let's just put it that way. Madueke's final third definitely need the final touch definitely needs improvement. 100% needs an improvement. That goes without saying. Let's just put it that way because it is unnecessary. Odegaard is the first defensive attacking midfielder in the world. Well, Martinelli is the first defensive attacking left winger in the world. Owen Goles played a part in this game. Yeah, Owen Goles, 5 own goals. Gyökeres has 6. Owen Goles is the second highest top goal scorer for Arsenal this season, which is quite nuts. Big up Neva. Big up Apen. Big up, big up, big up, big up. I know. Big up Darren. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well, Darren, today. Hope everything's fine with you. Hope everything's fine with you and you're doing great. So we'll see how everything goes. We're definitely gonna see how everything goes. But yeah, I'm not so sure. I think I'm gonna end the stream here, people. I kind of feel like I have to. I need to go relax, chill, do my thing, and all this stuff. So we'll see. Alvarez, Rogers. I would love 200 million for them both, and we'll see how that goes afterwards. Definitely how that goes afterwards. But yeah, hope you're doing well. Wait. Hope everyone's doing well. Hope everything's fine with everyone. I think I'm gonna end the stream here, people. Hope you're doing well. If you haven't already, like the stream, subscribe, and hopefully see you guys very, 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 very soon. I'm gonna head out. Big up, everyone. Peace.